Well, Anthony Smith was involving his wife, and they saying it's like a maybe a severe assault. So I'm not sure exactly what happens, but that's what I took from it. And I think they gave him like a $500,000 bond. So I'm not sure if he's gonna be able to come up with that. You have to come up with like 10%. So I don't know if he'll actually have to just wait in prison or in jail until it's time for his trial or whatever, or the time for him to meet the judge or however they want to do it. But either way, I don't quite know what happened. I don't know if it's like the first time this has happened or is it been like a little build up or whatnot between him and his wife or whatever. I know he retired like a year ago. So sometimes these fighters kind of struggle with that post fight life, not making an excuse for what he's doing because everybody's not doing that. But I don't even know if that's the issue or not. But I went through pretty much the same kind of situation as he just dealt with. But that was in my 20s. I'm in my 40s now. And just what I learned from it, you really just have to take responsibility for your own actions. And you really have to put effort into growing out of these situations and just growing as a person, I should say, because you have to put some kind of work in. Because just avoiding it and just hoping things will get better normally, from what I experienced, that doesn't really work. You really have to do the work and try to just better yourself as a human being, and just being able to handle situations like that in a better manner. Because what I learned through that is just you have to control what you do, and you can't allow somebody else to push your buttons and just respond to them in a negative light or in a negative way, because at the end of the day you'll be held responsible for your actions, and it won't matter why you did it. It's just about what you did. So, and I think that's for just men and also women, because there are women that get physical as well, and they have to learn from that too, because they can place themselves in a situation where not only can they go to jail, but they also can get hurt. You mess with the wrong man, I mean, you can lose your life, to be honest. But for me, I grew out of that, and that happened with my wife at the time, and we're still married to this day, and we don't have issues like that anymore. It's at this point in our marriage, we've been married almost 20 years. Like, we don't even barely get into arguments at this point. So, it took some growing from both of us, and we're just better people now, and we just kind of learn how to respond to certain things and just do better in life. But with Anthony, he's closing in on his 40s, and this is the first time I've heard of this. So you want to think that it may be due to any all the head trauma he's taken. He's had like 60 fights through his career, and that's not including maybe amateur fights or fights that you just encounter, just street fights, or that's not including just the training camps and things of that nature. So I don't know if this is just a kind of a mental problem he's having. Maybe it could be some CTE. I don't know. I don't want to make excuses, but it's just you kind of try to figure out what's going on, because we never heard of anything like this before. And if it has been going on before, then it's not something that the public knew about. But either way, he's gonna have to get his life together. And I'd be concerned about these fighters when they retire, because I just want them to do well. Dustin Poirier had a situation a couple of months ago where he's drinking and kind of acting out at the airport, and he's admitted that he has problems like that, where if he starts drinking, it just kind of goes left for him, and he can't seem to stop. To me, what I've learned from that, because I've had a DUI years ago, that was like 15 years ago or so. But what I was taught in the little driving defensive driving class, whatever class they make you take when you get a DUI, is it's like four different levels to drinking, and the levels 1 through 3, you could drink consistently for like 5 years, 5 to 9 years, and still not become a level 4 drinker. so it can kind of fluctuate or whatnot. But they're saying like once you reach a level 4, there's no going back. So level 4 is technically an alcoholic, and people call other people alcoholics all the time, but it don't. To me, it don't really apply. They may not know the full definition, but it's like once you reach that certain level where you just abuse alcohol for too long, then there's no going back, and you end up in a situation like that where Dustin is drinking and he admits that he just can't stop. But either way, to get back to the other topic, I think Anthony Smith just really needs to find some help and maybe find another outlet. He just had a fight, a bare knuckle fight, which he won like about a few months ago. But sometimes these guys, when they step out of that limelight, they struggle with it. And I'm assuming he's probably not getting the same kind of paychecks he was getting in the UFC. So he got to just find his footing. And also, he's still a commentator for the UFC. So, I mean, he may have lost that job. I don't know. They may wait to see how it plays out. But right now, it don't sound good. But we just have to see how it goes. I hope the best for him. And honestly, I hope the best for his wife as well. Because, she's the one that was the victim, allegedly. So you got to pray for her and just pray for the situation. But hopefully, like I said, he can come out the a better end on it and just find a better way to handle things and just grow from it.